Hello, you are watching a voiced video that has been translated into English. I apologize if some of the words do not accurately convey the meaning. I received a call for a repair of the sill, which is cracked and needs to be replaced. I purchased a new sill in any city. If you open to GIS and enter the query window parts, SWA will show all the addresses where to buy these goods. Thresholds can be bought on other sites, and here are 4 of them, but there are many more on the market. All of them are highly resistant to damage. First, I cut the silicone along the contour with a knife, then mark the joint angles on the threshold with a pencil. Later, I will cut a new threshold along it, knocked off the end cap. I do not smash the entire threshold with a hammer as others do. I use it as a template. Then I use a renovator to cut off this protrusion. When sawing, I lift the saw upwards. This allows me to avoid undercutting the plastic after sawing. I examine the result and check with my finger how even the plane is. Although it would be possible to saw off the projection from above, that is, with a saw vertically, the lower plane should be flat. If I had not sawed off this projection, the hacksaw would have entered the foam in a curved position up to the first groove recess. I determine the depth of the hacksaw's immersion into the foam, insert it with a little effort, and with these movements, I cut the foam under the threshold. I lift the edge of the threshold a little with my hand. I pierce the plastic threshold with a screwdriver and try to move it, but it doesn't work. Then I insert a steel ruler under the side plastic panel, cut off the remaining foam inside, and the threshold easily gives way. I repeat the same thing on the other side, and the threshold comes out completely from the seat. There is almost no foam on the back side of the threshold. Note the difference in the thickness of the plastic for the thresholds on the right and left. The cost of the products differs by 10 to 15 times, and the thickness can vary from 16 to 22 millimeters among different manufacturers. I clean out the old foam so that it doesn't get in the way when installing the new threshold. I take a prepared window sill from Marla for thresholds, which I bought. On the old threshold, I cut the sides along the pencil line. This will be a sample of the dimensions for the new threshold. The owner of the apartment asked that the new threshold protrude from the wall into the room no more than 1 centimeter, and on both sides, right and left, it be as short as possible. I apply the old threshold to the new one. I outline and add 2 centimeters on the sides that will go under the side plastic panels. I mark the strips that do not need to be sawed and cut them according to the drawn dimensions. You can see white square pieces with scratches from the hacksaw when cutting the foam. The new threshold is 2 millimeters thicker, so I cut off a few millimeters of the mounting foam and plastic with a saw. This is necessary so that the new threshold fits easily into the seat. I insert the new threshold into the right place and check how much it has dropped in relation to the side vertical panels. I put plastic plates underneath, taking into account subsidence. Then I adjust the length and ends on both sides. When everything is adjusted, I remove the film from the threshold. Before applying the mounting foam, I moisten both surfaces, both the old foam and the threshold on the back side. Squeezing foam out of a can is something anyone can do. It's important to do it carefully and take your time. First I install one edge of the threshold, then the other, carefully adjusting it into the seat. At the request of the owner, I add mounting foam to the ends. If some foam has leaked out at the corners, I carefully remove the excess. Then I take 101 white sanitary silicone and cover all the joints that come into contact with the threshold. This is necessary so that small irregularities and cracks are not visible. I remove excess silicone with a spatula and my finger. I planned to seal the ends the next day, but the owner refused, saying that she would do everything herself as she saw fit. And with that, I completed the repair of the threshold, and a month and a half later she called me for another job, and I took a photo of how she sealed the ends of the threshold. And she liked it, although I did not, but I told her that she did well. So, subscribe and like if you like this video.